The scorching sun glares down on the desolate Valley of Elah, casting long, stark shadows across the rugged terrain. Rocky outcrops and dry scrub paint a picture of harshness, mirroring the tense silence that suffocates the Israelite encampment. A distant, metallic clanking from the Philistine side shatters the stillness, a chilling herald of impending conflict. Dust motes shimmer in the oppressive heat, a visible manifestation of the fear that hangs heavy in the air. A colossal shadow stretches across the parched earth, growing larger with each passing moment, casting an ominous pallor. From the Philistine ranks, the terrifying Goliath emerges, a towering figure over 9 feet tall. His bronze armor gleams, reflecting the harsh sunlight, making him appear almost otherworldly, a giant of war. The sheer scale of his weapon, a spear like a tree trunk, emphasizes his terrifying power, a harbinger of doom. Goliath's face, a mask of arrogance and contempt, fills the frame under the harsh daylight. His guttural roar echoes through the valley, shaking the very ground beneath. "Send me a man. If he defeats me, we will be your servants," he bellows, his words a challenge. His words strike fear into the hearts of every soldier, an audible blow resonating across the field. The Israelite camp stands frozen, a tableau of terror, as the soldiers' faces etch with fear. Their eyes dart nervously, unable to meet Goliath's daunting challenge, fear gripping their souls. A palpable, suffocating fog of dread creeps insidiously through their ranks. The unseen dread binds them in silent despair, a heavy blanket of fear. No one dares to move, no one dares to speak, their courage utterly broken. Amidst the silent despair, not a single soldier steps forward, paralyzed by fear. Under the vast open sky, David, a young shepherd, diligently tends to his flock, a picture of serene devotion. His slight frame, weathered and tanned by the relentless sun, belies an inner strength. His eyes, deep and unwavering, hold a quiet resolve that speaks of battles unseen. Distant battle lines scar the horizon, a stark contrast to David's peaceful field. He wears a simple tunic, devoid of armor or weaponry, a testament to his humble, yet profound, existence. The valley below rumbles with conflict, yet David remains, an unyielding sentinel of peace amidst the chaos. From David's perspective, the vast valley stretches below, a landscape of looming dread. In the distance, the colossal silhouette of Goliath casts a terrifying shadow over the dusty earth. The Israelite army, a sea of paralyzed fear, stands frozen in inaction before the giant. A flicker of fierce determination ignites in David's eyes, a spark of conviction setting him apart. David steps into the Israelite tent, a youthful figure amidst the hushed, anxious murmur of the camp. His eyes, sharp and searching, scan the faces, seeking answers in the weary expressions around him. Snippets of dialogue about Goliath's relentless taunts and the king's growing despair drift through the air. David listens intently, his face a canvas of dawning unease, reflecting the gravity of the words. A quiet resolve hardens in his gaze, transforming youthful worry into a burgeoning determination. King Saul, weary and disbelieving, sits upon his makeshift throne, his face etched with exhaustion. His hand rakes through thinning hair, eyes darting nervously, burdened by an unseen weight. David approaches, a figure of humble determination, standing before the troubled king. His voice rings with quiet conviction. "I am willing to go and fight this Philistine." Saul retorts, his words heavy with doubt. "You are not able to go out against this Philistine and fight him, for you are a boy, and he has been a man of war from his youth." David, a young shepherd, stands before Saul, radiating a quiet strength that belies his humble origins. His calm voice fills the air, recounting victories over lions and bears, not with boastfulness, but humble gratitude. "I have protected my flock from lions and bears, not by my own might, but through God's deliverance." Saul's weary eyes, once filled with skepticism, now hold a glimmer of burgeoning hope. Saul offers David his own armor, a heavy bronze suit, its polished surface gleaming under the sun. David struggles to don the cumbersome armor, its weight and size overwhelming his youthful frame. The heavy bronze hinders his movements, a stark realization dawning on him that it is not meant for his battle. He grapples with the unfamiliarity, the armor a suffocating burden rather than a shield. With a respectful gesture, David shakes his head, declining the offer, resolute in his own path. Inside his tent, David sheds his heavy armor, preferring the simple comfort of his shepherd's attire. He removes the cumbersome metal, each piece clanking softly as it hits the ground. His hands reach for his shepherd's staff, its familiar weight a comforting presence in his grip. He lifts the smooth wood, feeling its balance, an extension of his own strength. Next, he retrieves his worn leather sling, testing its balance and feel in his palm. This is his weapon, not a borrowed burden, but an extension of his own spirit and skill. David approaches a stream bed, its stones smoothed by the ceaseless flow of water. He kneels, his gaze intently fixed on the stream's bed, seeking something specific. His fingers carefully select 5 smooth, round stones, each one a silent choice. He feels their weight, their cool texture, a quiet promise of intent in each touch. With deliberate movements, David places the chosen stones into his shepherd's pouch, a weighty collection of purpose. A lone figure, David, strides with unwavering confidence across the vast, sun-drenched valley. He is a small, solitary silhouette against the imposing Philistine lines, a beacon of defiance. The Israelite soldiers watch, frozen in a stunned silence, their faces etched with a chilling mixture of dread and awe. Their eyes, wide with fear, track David's every step, a reluctant admiration flickering within their gazes. The air itself vibrates with an almost unbearable tension, thick with the unspoken fear and the looming clash. David's determined march continues, a silent challenge echoing across the battlefield toward an uncertain destiny. Goliath, a towering figure on the battlefield, fixes his gaze on David, a flicker of surprise crossing his face. A sneer replaces his surprise as he throws his head back, unleashing a thunderous roar of laughter that echoes through the valley. His disdainful eyes bore into the young challenger, sending shivers down the spines of the watching armies. Goliath's booming voice fills the air. "Am I a dog, that you come to me with sticks?" On the battlefield, David stands firm, his gaze fixed on the towering Goliath, whose booming taunts echo across the field. David's expression remains unyielding, a profound certainty in his eyes that cuts through the tension. Goliath's boisterous laughter falters, replaced by a sudden, momentary silence as David begins to speak. David's voice, though not loud, carries immense power. "You come to me with sword, spear, and javelin, but I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts," he declares, his words ringing with unwavering faith. Goliath, a towering figure, roars in fury on the battlefield, his presence shaking the very ground. His heavy, armored boots pound the earth with each step, sending tremors through the desolate landscape. He raises his massive spear, its sharpened tip glinting menacingly under the harsh, unforgiving sun. The Philistine army erupts in a deafening cheer, their confidence in their champion's victory absolute and terrifying. David's hands remain perfectly steady, his gaze fixed and unwavering, a testament to his inner calm. He reaches into a worn leather pouch, his fingers delicately tracing the contours of several stones. With practiced precision, he selects a single stone, its weight and smoothness feeling just right in his palm. His movements are fluid and graceful as he nestles the smooth stone into the leather cup of his sling. Each action is economical, precise, reflecting countless hours of dedicated practice and unwavering focus. A silent testament to his mastery, David prepares with the quiet intensity of a seasoned shepherd. On the desolate battlefield, David begins to spin the sling overhead, a silent vow hanging in the air. The leather strap slices through the air with a menacing, whizzing sound, a prelude to the coming storm. His gaze, unwavering and absolute, locks onto Goliath, a fierce determination burning in his eyes. The world around him fades, the clamor of battle silenced, as his focus sharpens to a single point. Time itself seems to slow, the universe contracting to encompass only David, his sling, and the towering giant. Every fiber of his being aligns for the decisive moment, a lone warrior confronting an insurmountable force. Time itself seems to warp as the stone is released, a small, unassuming object, now spinning with incredible velocity. It becomes a blur, a tiny projectile against the vast sky, imbued with a terrifying, unseen power. The world holds its breath as the stone hurtles with relentless precision. Its trajectory fixed, the stone flies directly towards Goliath's forehead, a silent harbinger of fate. A sharp, cracking sound echoes through the valley, a harbinger of sudden, brutal impact. The stone flies with pinpoint accuracy, a silent arrow aimed at Goliath's forehead. The impact is sudden, a jarring collision that shatters the air and Goliath's momentum. His powerful stride falters, abruptly halted by the unexpected force. Goliath's eyes widen, a flicker of shock and disbelief replacing his formidable gaze. The giant stumbles, a tremor of vulnerability rippling through his imposing figure. Goliath stumbles, his colossal frame swaying violently, a titan teetering on the edge of collapse. His mighty spear clatters to the ground, a metallic groan echoing the fall of his strength. With a thunderous crash, Goliath collapses face first, his armor clanging like a death knell. The very ground trembles and groans, a seismic shock wave rippling through the earth. Dust billows up, obscuring the fallen giant, leaving only the sound of his heavy armor. Silence descends, broken only by the settling dust and the ominous weight of his defeat. A sudden, stunned silence descends upon the battlefield, gripping both armies in its chilling embrace. The Philistines, once jubilant, recoil in collective horror as cheers transform into gasps of utter disbelief. Their faces contort with a mixture of shock and dawning dread, unable to comprehend the impossible sight before them. Across the field, the Israelites, initially frozen in disbelief, slowly begin to grasp the monumental truth. An impossible victory has unfolded, leaving an indelible mark of awe and terror on the war-torn landscape. A single, triumphant shout erupts from the Israelite ranks, piercing the tense air with exhilarating force. This cry is swiftly engulfed by a thunderous wave of joyous cheers, a sound that vibrates through the very earth. The suffocating fear that had gripped them for so long shatters, dissolving into a triumphant, liberating roar. An overwhelming tide of victory and liberation washes over them, propelling them forward in an unstoppable surge. On the desolate battlefield, David, youthful and resolute, stands over the colossal form of the fallen Goliath. Goliath's immense bulk sprawls across the dusty ground, a stark, defeated contrast to David's small figure. With unwavering resolve, David grasps Goliath's own formidable sword, a weapon he once refused, now his instrument. He raises the giant blade high above his head, a symbol of impossible victory glinting in the harsh daylight. With a swift, decisive motion, David severs the giant's head, a brutal act echoing through the silent, dusty air. The severed head tumbles, a profoundly symbolic and visceral end to the mighty foe, marking an epic shift in fate. The Philistine army, witnessing their champion's defeat, shatters into a panicked, disorganized retreat. Disorder ripples violently through their lines, a wave of terror washing over the battlefield. The Israelites, invigorated by David's triumph, surge forward with a renewed, relentless ferocity. They press their advantage, a tide of triumphant warriors pursuing the fleeing Philistines. The entire dynamic of the battle has irrevocably shifted, a monumental turning point etched in blood and dust. The battlefield, once a scene of tense standoff, now echoes with the cries of pursuit and the chaos of a broken army. The Israelite soldiers surge across the valley, their faces alight with a fierce, newfound determination. Their previous fear has vanished, replaced by a powerful surge of adrenaline driving their relentless pursuit. Shouts of triumph rip through the air, echoing profoundly off the rugged, rocky slopes. The battle, once a tense stalemate, transforms into a decisive and exhilarating rout. Fueled by rekindled courage, they thunder across the landscape, chasing the retreating Philistines. The valley vibrates with the sound of their charge, a testament to their unwavering spirit. In the Israelite camp, a roar erupts as jubilant soldiers hoist David, still clutching Goliath's severed head, onto their shoulders. A sea of cheering faces engulfs David as he is carried through the throng, the celebration echoing through the camp. His youthful features, marked by the recent battle, reflect the profound weight of his victory. The unmistakable glow of divine favor radiates from David, a testament to his miraculous triumph. The severed head of Goliath, a gruesome trophy, is held high, a symbol of their hard-won freedom. David, a young hero, is paraded through the camp, his destiny irrevocably altered by this monumental victory. Inside his royal tent, King Saul watches David, his gaze wide, with a mixture of awe and profound gratitude. The weight of the moment settles upon Saul, a silent understanding of the victory's true significance. This triumph is not merely for battle, but for the very spirit of his people, a profound shift in the air. A new era has indeed dawned for Israel, heralded by David's valor and Saul's silent acknowledgement. Fires crackle and burn brightly, casting a warm, dancing glow across the Israelite camp. Figures move with unbridled joy, their silhouettes swaying in rhythm to unseen music. Faces are illuminated, beaming with happiness. As the air thickens with triumphant song, voices echo through the night, praising David's courage and God's immense power. The palpable fear vanishes, replaced by an overwhelming sense of hope and exhilaration. David sits in quiet solitude, a stark contrast to the distant sounds of revelry, under the vast, star-dusted night sky. He gazes upward, lost in the celestial tapestry, his simple sling held loosely in his hand, a humble tool. The sling, once a weapon, now rests as an instrument of a divine will, a silent testament to a greater power. His expression is one of profound gratitude, his eyes reflecting the distant starlight, a quiet acknowledgement of faith. The victory, he knows, was not his alone, but a powerful testament to an unwavering faith, etched in his gaze. Young David, staff clutched, stands firm, a formidable protector before his flock, as a snarling lion stalks them. Calm and focused, David swiftly loads his sling, his movements precise and deadly. He whirls the sling with practiced ease, the stone a blur of motion, flying true towards its target. The lion roars in pain and fury as the stone strikes, its predatory advance halted. The beast retreats, leaving David and his flock safe, a testament to his unwavering courage. Under the relentless sun, young David stands firm on a rocky hillside, a sturdy shepherd's staff clenched in his hands. Before him, a massive bear, its fur matted and teeth bared, snarls with primal fury. The bear's eyes, filled with predatory hunger, are fixed on a small, terrified flock of sheep huddled behind David. David's face is a mask of grim determination, his knuckles white as he grips the staff, ready to defend his flock. This is no frightened boy. This is a protector, unwavering in his sacred duty to guard the innocent. The tension crackles in the air, a silent battle of wills about to erupt on the sun-baked hillside. The Valley of Elah awakens, bathed in the golden embrace of the morning sun, its oppressive gloom banished by a new dawn. The once stark and foreboding red rocks now shimmer with vibrant hues, pulsating with an almost palpable life force. A palpable energy hums through the very air, a testament to the Israelites' hard-won victory. The industrious sounds of a triumphant people echo across the valley, consolidating their victory. The landscape, once a battleground, now breathes with the promise of peace and a future forged in resilience. In the bustling Israelite camp, the sun casts long, dramatic shadows, transforming the once fearful soldiers. No longer timid, they stand tall, shoulders back, their gazes steady and resolute, a new purpose igniting their eyes. A confident murmur fills the air as they gather in small groups, their voices a testament to their newfound vigor. Their words are laced with reverence as they speak of David, awe and admiration for his courage echoing through the camp. The scorching sun beats down on the deserted Philistine camp, casting long, eerie shadows across the desolate landscape. Tents stand askew, ripped and collapsed, like ghostly remnants of a hasty, brutal retreat. Swords, spears, and shields lie scattered haphazardly across the dusty ground, stark evidence of a sudden, desperate flight. An eerie, profound silence hangs heavy in the air, a chilling contrast to the distant, joyous sounds of Israelite celebration. Only the lingering dust of a swift departure remains, a testament to the abrupt and utter emptiness of the camp. In the grand throne room, a jubilant crowd roars with praise for David, their cheers echoing through the hall. David stands before them, a figure of quiet strength, his gaze steady and unwavering. Courtiers and common folk shower him with adulation for his recent victory, yet his expression remains profoundly humble. He subtly gestures, deflecting their praise, his demeanor reinforcing the divine source of his triumphs. His very presence speaks volumes. His victories are not his own, but the work of a higher power. King Saul's gaze, heavy with profound thought, fixes upon David. His expression is a complex tapestry of admiration and a dawning, unsettling understanding. He sees not merely the young hero of victory, but a powerful symbol, a beacon of hope for Israel's future. The recent triumph has ignited a new, fervent sense of purpose and unity throughout the kingdom. The very course of the kingdom is forever altered, its destiny now inextricably bound to this moment. A simple sling lies abandoned on dusty ground, its humble form a stark contrast to the colossal power it once wielded. The coarse fibers of the pouch and the worn leather straps bear silent witness to an improbable victory. This unassuming object, though simple, cradled the destiny of a nation, embodying strength found in the overlooked. It is a testament to the monumental triumph, a symbol of courage woven from the most humble origins. In a sun-drenched Israelite village, dusty villagers, their faces etched with hardship, gather with reverence. They gaze at David, not as a king, but as one of their own, a beacon of hope among them. He embodies the quiet strength that has seen them through generations of struggle, a silent promise of resilience. His presence represents the possibility that even the smallest can achieve greatness through faith and courage. From unexpected origins, a new hero has emerged, filling the square with a palpable sense of destiny. Goliath's colossal armor, a discarded shell of bronze and iron, lies sprawled across the battlefield, a silent testament to a fallen giant. The sun glints off its dented surface, highlighting the sheer scale of its design, once grand, now merely a ruin. This armor, once a symbol of brute force, now serves as a stark metaphor for the defeat of arrogance. Its grandeur, hollow and meaningless, speaks volumes of a power overthrown, a monument to a fallen giant. It is a powerful, silent reminder of unwavering spiritual conviction. David, a hero among his people, walks along the village path, his shepherd's tunic now a symbol of destiny. Dust rises in his wake, marking his triumphant return as cheering crowds line the path, their faces beaming. The air vibrates with joyous shouts, a symphony of pride and adoration for their hero. Each face in the crowd reflects the profound shift in David's destiny, forever altered by events in the valley. David's journey home is a victory parade, his path illuminated by the admiration of his people. A soldier, once crippled by terror, now stands tall, his gaze fixed on the distant Philistine territory. The memory of Goliath's monstrous shadow still flickers at the edges of his mind, a haunting specter of past fear. Yet, it is no longer a paralyzing force. The shadow shrinks, losing its power over him. Courage has taken root, a vibrant, unyielding force blooming within his soul. It replaces the fear that once held him captive, a silent, powerful transformation. His stance is resolute, a testament to the victory of courage over paralyzing dread. Under the scorching desert sun, an elder Israelite, his face etched with wisdom, addresses young soldiers, their faces grim with impending battle. He gestures with a gnarled hand, his voice calm yet resolute. "Young men, look around you. The enemy's numbers may seem insurmountable." He recounts David's tale. A shepherd boy, armed with naught but a sling and faith, faced a giant who scoffed. His eyes scan each soldier, instilling purpose. "Have faith, my sons, for with faith, even the overwhelming odds become but a stepping stone to victory." A single, smooth, gray stone, a testament to time, rests peacefully by the stream's edge. Worn by the relentless flow of water, its surface gleams under the sun's gentle touch. Sunlight glints off the stone, highlighting its simple, unassuming form amidst the flowing water. It appears ordinary, yet holds a silent, ancient power, a hidden story in its smooth surface. The tranquil stream whispers secrets as the stone remains, a silent sentinel of enduring strength. The Valley of Peace, once shadowed by dread, now basks in a warm, golden glow, a testament to enduring triumph. The rugged landscape, scarred by past battles, seems to breathe a sigh of profound relief, its wounds healing under the sun. A gentle breeze, a whisper of tranquility, rustles through the trees, carrying a peace once unimaginable. This valley, a witness to countless conflicts, now rests in the calm embrace of hard-won victory. Sunlight paints the land in hues of gold, transforming a place of strife into a haven of serene beauty. In David's room, a soft, ambient light bathes the space, creating an ethereal glow. David stands alone, his form silhouetted against the gentle light. Slowly, he raises a hand, pressing it gently against his chest, a profound gesture. His eyes are closed, a serene expression gracing his features, hinting at an inner peace. A deep, quiet strength emanates from within him, a spiritual fortitude that underpins his very being. It is an unshakable faith, a profound resonance humming beneath his skin, more powerful than muscle. Under the bright sun, a bustling village square comes alive with animated faces and lively conversations. A bard, with a lute slung over his shoulder, commands attention, weaving a spirited tale. Children sit wide-eyed, their gazes fixed on the bard, captivated by his every word. The air buzzes with an invisible energy, as a story takes root and spreads like wildfire. The story of David and Goliath begins to spread, carried by word of mouth across the land. It becomes a legend, whispered around campfires, sung by bards. The legacy of courage and faith is born. A frail old woman, bathed in sunlight, smiles gently, a quiet understanding dawning in her eyes. A burly construction worker, sweat beading on his brow, pauses, a thoughtful expression etched on his face. A young student, hunched over books, looks up, a flicker of profound realization illuminating their gaze. Across diverse lives, a universal truth resonates. True power emanates from unshakable conviction, not brute strength. The sun ascends, bathing the Valley of Elah in a golden, ethereal glow. Ancient landscapes awaken, touched by the dawn, hinting at a new era for Israel. A profound sense of hope and promise permeates the air, replacing yesterday's shadows. The valley, once shrouded in uncertainty, now gleams with the promise of a glorious new day. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the Valley of Elah in breathtaking hues of orange and purple. David stands atop a hill, his form silhouetted against the vibrant, dramatic sky, a figure of serene strength. A gentle wind tugs at his simple tunic, carrying the echoes of a newly forged legend through the valley. The valley, once a place of dread, now breathes with a quiet peace, a testament to enduring courage and belief.